Adult Solutions. Add-on desires.
Hello students, welcome to Adult Solutions. So now in this class we are going to starting with a new chapter that is called genetics. So this is very important chapter in need purpose and theory purpose. In NEET exam purpose you will get one question, sometime one question or two questions in NEET exam. One question or two questions, that means 4 marks or 8 marks. But theory purpose you will get 8 marks question 1, 2 marks question 1. So sometime instead of giving 8 marks question they will give you 2 marks question 1 and 4 marks question 1. So very important topic for NEET purpose and also theory purpose. So theory purpose you will get definitely 1 8 marks question. Okay. So now we will start. Right, we are starting genetics. The term genetics was coined by or used by, first of all, proposed by Bateson, is a scientist. The term genetics was proposed by Bateson. So now what is genetics? Genetics is about study about the heredity and variations. Study about the heredity and variations. Study about the heredity and variation is called genetics. So what is this heredity and what are these variations? So now you can see definition, transmission of the parental characters to offsprings is called heredity. How these parental characters are transmitted to the offsprings or their children, their individuals. So that process we are calling heredity. Now you can see the parental characters are transmitted to their offsprings by a process, that process we will be calling heredity. Okay, how that characters from the parent they will transmitting to their offsprings through the process called heredity. How these characters are transmitting to their offspring, that we would be studying in genetics. So that is about study about the heredity. How all these characters are transmitted from their parent to children. So that heredity process we will be learning in genetics. And so what are these variations? Now the differences among the individuals of the same species we are calling variations. The individuals of the same species, there are some differences. Those differences we are calling variations. You can see all the dogs belongs to one species, but all the dogs are not same. You can see there are different from each other. All are different from each other. So now the differences among the individuals, these are all individuals of the species called dog, but all are not same, they are different. So those differences we are calling variations. What are the reason for this variation in the same species? That we would be learning in genetics chapters. And here also you can see all the human beings are belongs to one species, that is Homo sapiens, or all humans are belongs to one single species only. But all human beings or all the individuals of the human beings are not same. They are different types. You can see all are not same but they are different. So those differences we are calling variation. So what would be the reason for these variations? That we would be learning in genetics. Okay. So the study about the heredity and variation is called genetics. So now you know that what is heredity and what is variations. So heredity means Transmission of the parental character to their offsprings is called heredity. Variation, the differences among the individuals of the same species we are calling variation. So what would be the reason for this heredity and variation? We will be learning in genetics. So it is the branch of biology. So now, so already I told you the study about heredity and variation we are calling genetics. So Gregor John Mendel is the father of genetics. Father of genetics, because most of the contributions in early, most of the contribution to the genetics was done by Gregor John Mendel. So we are considering him father of genetics. T.H. Morgan, father of modern genetics. T.H. Morgan. T.H. Morgan conducted heredity experiments on Drosophila melanogaster. Drosophila melanogaster is a housefly. Okay, it is a fly. So he conducted heredity experiments on Drosophila melanogaster. Mendel conducted experiments on Physum sativum plant, Physum sativum. De Vries, Corens, Tesmark independently conducted heredity experiments on Physum sativum and rediscovered the result which was discovered by the Mendel. Earlier, actually Mendel was conducted heredity experiments on Physum sativum, but later these group of scientists independently they conducted the same experiment which was conducted by the Mendel, and the same result also they rediscovered. Now, chromosomal theory of inheritance or Sutton-Boveri theory. So now what would be the reason for this heredity? How these characters are transmitting from one generation to other generation or from parent to the children? So that would be chromosomes. The chromosomes are the carriers of the genetic material and they pass from one generation to other generation. So later they find that, so these reason for these heredity are chromosome. These chromosome having some genetic material, through these genetic material, so they passing some character from one generation to other generation by chromosomal theory of inheritance proposed by Sutton and Boveri. Chromosomal theory of inheritance. Okay. So now you can see these are the group of scientists who discovered the experiment of Mendel's. Now, some terminology to understand better this genetic chapter, we should understand some terminology before to the chapter. So now those terminologies you can see. Factors. Mendel stated that in sexually reproducing organism, each and every character controlled by a pair of alternative factors. Sexually reproducing individual, that means they should form male gamete, female gamete. Right? There will be fusion of the male gamete and female gamete. So that is called sexual reproduction. So the animals, those undergoing sexual reproduction, in those animals, each and every character. Suppose if you are taking human beings, tall character, tallness is a one character. Shortness is also character. Right? The color of the human beings is also character. So now each and every character controlled by alternative factors. Who said? By Mendel. Mendel said each and every character in sexually reproducing individual controlled by alternative factor. But later Johansson he used the term genes for the factors. Later he used the term genes for the factors used by the Mendel. Now, so what is locus now? So according to Johnson now, each and every character in sexually reproducing individual controlled by genes. Controlled by genes. Now, locus. The locus is the place or site at which the gene is located on chromosome is called locus singular, loci plural. Right? Now you can see. This is the chromosome. So the place where genes are located, that place we are calling loci or locus. Example, in classroom, suppose you are sitting on benches. You are sitting on benches. The entire row of the benches, you can imagine that is a chromosome. Right? Entire benches where you are sitting, the row of the benches in the classroom is a chromosome. Now the place where you will sit on that benches, that is locus. And you are all genes. You are all genes because you are sitting on this bench. So the place where exactly you are sitting on the benches, that is locus, example, and you are all the students, those who are sitting on the benches are example genes. Right? Now, same way, locus is the place on chromosome where the genes are located. Where the genes are located. Now, homologous chromosomes. A pair of chromosomes which are identical, pair of chromosomes which are identical in length, you can see the length of the chromosome same, right? And the shape of the chromosome also same, the structure of the chromosome also same, gene order also same, and position of the centromere also same. So the chromosomes which are similar in length, shape, structure, gene order, position of the centromere, we are calling them homologous chromosomes. Homologous chromosomes. Now, alleles. A pair of alternative factors or genes situated on the same loci of the homologous chromosome and controlling a single character is called alleles. Okay? A pair of alternative factors or genes present on same loci. Suppose you can see here capital T, capital T, capital T, small t. You can see there is a green color, that is a loci. And where there are two alternative factors, you can see capital T1, two alternative factors. And these two alternative factors controlling only one character. These two factors together controlling, that is one character, example tallness, height of the man. The height of the man is controlled by two alternative factors, capital T or capital T or capital T or small t. So these two alternative factors, capital T or capital T small t, we are calling them alleles. We are calling them alleles. Okay, you can see a pair of factors, capital T, small t. So those pair of factor, these two, capital T, small t, together controlling only one character, and they are alternative, controlling one character, example height. So now these pair of alternative factors or genes we are calling alleles. Now, if these two alleles are same, we are calling them homozygous condition. If these two alleles are genes identical or same for a given character, we are calling homozygous condition. You can see capital B, two are same. Here see small b, both are same. But here you can see capital B, small b, capital B, small b, capital B. These are not same. So we are calling them heterozygous condition. When the two alleles or genes are not identical or same for given character, we are calling them heterozygous condition. Suppose capital T. These are two alleles. Now these two alleles are same. We are calling homozygous condition. Capital T, small t. These two alleles are not same. One is capital and other is small t. So this is called heterozygous condition. Heterozygous condition, and this is called homozygous condition. If small t also homozygous condition. So once again, when two alleles for a gene are same for a given character, that is called homozygous condition. If these two are not same and they are different, we are calling them heterozygous condition. Now phenotype. Phenotype means the morphological expression of an animal. Morphological or external appearance of animal or plant or living organism, right, is called phenotype. The external expression or morphological expression of a gene, we are calling phenotype. Suppose capital T is a gene. When a person having a gene capital T, what is the phenotypic character? External appearance. So these type of persons or these type of gene externally tall. When the person with small t, short. So now you can see morphology or external expression of a gene. So this capital T is a gene. What is the external appearance of this gene? Whether they are taller or shorter? Taller. So the tall character externally it is appearing, that is called phenotype. Capital small t is a gene. So what is the external appearance of this gene? They are very short. Okay. So now you can see here the seed, round colors, round seed and wrinkle seed. And what is the gene behind this round character and wrinkle character? Suppose there is a capital R. This is the gene. Because of this capital R gene, this seed is round in shape. Externally we are seeing the round shape, and you don't know that what would be the gene that controlling this round shape. So the capital R. So wrinkle, smaller. So what is the external expression of this smaller gene? Wrinkle shape. So wrinkle shape, when you are seeing that wrinkle seed, that means there is a gene called smaller. Because of this smaller gene, these seeds are wrinkle in shape. So that is external expression of a gene. We are calling phenotype.
Add-on solutions. Add-on design.